People before the rocket change, you would have to lead torps. If you were attacking a destroyer or you're attacking a cruiser, you lead torps by 3 or 4 seconds anyway. So now you just do that with rockets. It's not that big of a deal. And the steel ends? Steel ends.
Battle starts.
I don't know what you mean by that, numbers.
Good luck and fair seas.
Can't be affected by the nerf if you never use rockets. That is true. You uploaded it in the replays channel. Was that the right place? Yes, it would be.
Fighter airborne.
We lost a plane. No
Fighter
fun.
airborne.
Gotta love rendering delay. It's the
Concentrate
best.
fire on the enemy warship. Fighter destroyed.
If I can fucking see him, maybe.
Autopilot mode enabled.
So with the Immelmann, we can siege from approximately 4.5 clicks out. Slam on the brakes, hard turn. Yeah, play with your team, you know. Do something with other people, it's all good. Even if it's just supporting this guy. He's okay. You don't have to make solo plays. Know where the Seattle is. I get 2? Did. Alright, so we took a pretty good chunk out of him. And we know where the Seattle is now, which is also good. Mogador is overcommitted. He could be on the back end of the map, but he is playing forward, so... don't know exactly how well that's going to go for him.
Destination reached.
Might get lucky on that line. Did. So usually they're going to drop at roughly about every quarter.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Can we draw him forward? You might want to stay angled to the planes. Come in the direction of teammates. Which is what he's going to do. Maybe.
All stations. Concentrate fire.
Ooh, that should be 2. He turned the wrong way. And now he decides to smoke. Fuck this shit, I'm out. See him one more time because he didn't stop in the smoke screen. Still didn't stop in the smoke screen. Got him.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
Repel air attack.
Torps from the midway? You're fine in the Z. Are you talking about for the Satsuma? I mean, you can assist with the, you can shoot the torps. Just open up with your AA, hit him with priority sector. It's okay. He gets 1, maybe 2 drops. 2 if he uses his heal. 1 if not. Just work on Alpha and see what you can get, and I could try to help you with the Yamato or work on the Satsuma. Come on, dude.
All stations retreat.
So the Yam is bailing. We have a line on this. We might. Yeah, cool. So that's gone. Not really that I want to deal with this, but... a little too high, but it'll be okay.
Negative. All stations, concentrate fire on the target. All stations retreat.
Come on, dude. What are you doing? I think we can jump the island here. Yeah, we can. Nope. Though it would have been nice if we did.
Teammate, I need your support.
Misplays combined with competence equals boom. Let's see. I mean, we've dealt damage, which is nice, but
All stations, protect that
probably
target.
drop a fighter to give them spotting, I guess. Maybe that's something I would need to do. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's in his own world. So because that's orange, these are just going to hit and drop. So they do not skip if you're actually dropping from a high enough angle. Try to get away from his AA. Ideally, we want to siege from 8-kilometer strikes. Drop at 4.5. Drop the bombs, hard cut out. Or hard turn out, rather. We know where the gearing is. Eventually going to have a problem with that. Roz, I need you taking B and then pressuring the gearing. Cool. Time on that. It's a problem. So we got a bunch of damage into the Satsuma. Hopefully they win that fight. I don't know. It's the gearing farming from smoke, maybe? Alright, well, DM is out in outer space, so is he. So maybe we can help with this. There's still a Hanover somewhere. I was really just hoping for that to like give some kind of elevated spotting, but I guess that's a no.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
That will kill the Repub. Do we have another shot on this Hanover? Repub was dead to the Shiki, though he could have just let my torps do it for him, but nah. We get some torps on this. So if I knew where the Seattle was, if you were able to spot that, I'd be able to harass him for you. But as right now, I don't have the ability to do that. We did get a flood on the Hanover, that's cool. Is he farming from smoke? They had a Goliath? The fuck? Jesus.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
He did set a fire. So he's probably gonna end up ramming. Good
All
news.
stations, requesting fire on the
Let's take
designated
care of
target.
business. Maybe. I assume the Shiki dies to the
All
Hanover.
stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Oh, okay. Unexpected, but great. Des Moines dies here.
Stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
You just burned your smoke. Don't get adventurous, Roz. If you start taking that cap, that immediately is going to draw his attention.
Acknowledged.
Do you have torps for like the Seattle or the Goliath or anything? Sticking to the Shiki sounds great. That's gonna hurt. God bless. Shiki dies to bombs. This guy needs to wake up and do something.
Capture that area.
Fuck. Not sure what to do
Autopilot
here.
mode enabled.
Can you spot the Seattle? Never mind. Seattle's gonna tell me where he is. Just not gonna be able to do anything about it.
Fire on the enemy warship.
He got resets. That's good,
Attention.
right?
Reporting the target position.
I think his damage, his defensive fire just went down. Hey, the Satsuma did something. Yeah.
Fighter returning to ship.
Other Satsuma did something too. Whatever. If we draw fire, that's okay. Yes, that's not a surprise. Set a fire. Potentially useful. Come on, dude. You gotta do something.
Destination
You're late on
reached.
that smoke.
Autopilot mode disabled.
Are you radar draws? I assume he probably is.
Negative.
Well, that's good. Yeah, so in the future, you want to make sure you're smoked before you're spotted. God damn it. Did hit 4 bombs there. And now you're just gonna get run down. You also have to use the smoke. This is... At least we're keeping the Seattle busy, right? That's something, maybe. Please, please do something. Please help. He is drawing away. Run, run, run! Don't re-engage, run! You have 3 people that want to kill you. Jesus Christ.
Fighter airborne.
Might get lucky with a bounce. Fucking serious. Oh, whatever. So let's see. There's only...
Do not let the
Autopilot
enemy
mode
take the
enabled.
area.
Oh, really? Really? You think so? You think so, bud? You want to help me from down there? We got this together? We in this? Don't let them take the area. Oh, you just figured that out, did you? That's cool. I'm excited for you, bud. Damn it.
Fighter airborne.
Die to the Yamato shells. Fuck all. And this is the weakness of the Immelmann. If there's nobody around to force the enemy to be in a position where you can strike them, then you don't strike them. Fun times.
Autopilot mode
Do not let
enabled.
the enemy take the area. Teammate, I need your support.
Whatever.
Problem solved, sir. Concentrate fire on the designated target. Fighter destroyed. Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Our victory is in sight.
Bravely brave Sir Robin, he bravely ran away.
Negative. Do not let the enemy take the area.
Fuck off.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Bravely brave Sir Robin, he bravely ran away.
Fighter airborne.
Cool. At least you got resets. That's something, right?
Fighter airborne.
2 minutes.
Fighter destroyed.
Eats 1. Sucks. Oh, nope. Drifts into 2 more. Even better. Fuck off.
Foundered.
Might end up winning this. Should be nice. Feels like the ass pain should be worth it. Whatever. Who cares? You go in a direction that's gonna die to the Yamato.
Our team depends
Oh, are you fucking serious? Ah. all this motherfucker does is run away, and he's gonna die now.
Problem
Ah.
solved, sir.
Really, dude? Okay. Sure. Sexy. We can look at the replay if you want, Raz. I'm not really excited at the moment, so... Ugh. Okay. How the fuck did he go from like 70% health to dead? How is that even remotely fucking possible? How? Roz, I wasn't staring at your ship, dude. Like, I don't have the entire match for what you did and what I did and what this guy did and whatever. Like, if you want to know what happened and what could have done better, then we would have to look at a replay. How in the fuck did that dude get nailed? GG numbers. I mean, maybe he just got citadeled through the ass or something? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know how he died. He had so much health. And then he didn't. Yes, I'm very aware that Satsuma didn't play very well. He didn't detonate. Well, did he detonate? I think he just went down. Although if he detonated, that would make sense. The Goliath detonated. Oh, okay. Oh, he was almost out. He had almost no health. So, I mean, I guess there was that. Fuck. Chill out, Roz. I mean, there's like 10 people on a team. 9 people on a team. Alright.
Let's give them a hard time.
General quarters.
This sucked. Suddenly being like way too deep on a Seattle that just pops up. Oh, hi, how are you? At least we escaped the flak, which was nice.
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Got to bully a Satsuma a little. Do I have to do this every time? Seems awkward to do that. Didn't know where the Seattle was, gambled on the ZF. Flagged Raz to bail on Bravo because I didn't want it to be a 1v3. H2 bombs. This is something I'm gonna have to look at because I might have needed to support this. Mogador's position sucked. So Mogador has bad concealment. And I mean, the AA on the Mogador is... It's not terrible, but it's not thrilling. So he probably killed maybe a plane or two, but he's not going to be able to force off the 12 plane bombers. So theoretically, while he's lit, you know, the Hanover secondary's coming in, the Repub seconds, if the Seattle's taking shots, like, this is just aggressively too far forward. So if he kind of played back here, finalize the cap, then kind of, you know, people are in position, you decide to move around, do stuff, figure things out. At this point, we know the Seattle's backed off, so, I mean, Z going to A is still good in the sense that it gives the Satsuma somebody else to brace off of, as well as it's going to secure the cap, because if this guy goes into cap, he could just be reset if people shot at him or something. There's people down here and stuff, so this is all fine. Don't know what the Des Moines is. Maybe he's still AFK. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure the Moog dies soon. We're going to be after the ZF6. We gambled that there's usually a bomb, something around that. It does fluctuate, but I tried to gamble on this bomb. I think it paid off. It did. At this point, as far as my play goes. So yeah, Goliath kills the Mog, dead. Didn't even see him, shot over islands too. And Buffalo is going to be the next one to die. All right. Second one on the suicide squad. So what I'm actually trying to do here is, if this guy seems to be responding to our bombing runs, I'm hoping to pull his nose in a way that draws him further away from this. Because if I can pull him maybe into this area, or Z, like, you know, Roz could start showering this dude with shells and kill him. But I need to draw him further away from any support. And it looks like he's already taken some shots. Or no, maybe that was Satsuma shells. So, once again, I'm just trying to draw him away from the team. Although, he decides not to take the bait, ends up broadsiding into 2 bombs. And rather than stop and enjoy the snug security of the smoke blanket, he just keeps kind of chugging along. So he's being spotted intermittently, but it also means that he keeps pushing forward. I can take a line on that. So we get that. Alright, so there's a Yamato over here, Z-52 closing up with a Satsuma. Nobody's going to be taking B anytime soon, because there's nobody there. But same for them. And if we look up, not only have we lost a DD, we've also lost a cruiser. Fuck. Hanover is in front of the Shiki Yamato, which means he's going to be the next one to be farmed by a Seattle, Hanover, Repub, evidently a Goliath that didn't show up until later. And even a Gearing. So by being the front show at the front seat in the shell show, this dude's just going to be soaking up the damage. So now is the question of, what are we able to do? Are we able to make strikes over here? Strikes where there's multiple people on top of each other? Probably not. So my mind is already kind of like, I've shelved this as a second priority because I don't know if I can affect anything here. Not significantly. I'm not gonna have good bomb lines if there's islands in the way. I don't know where all the cruisers and shit are gonna lock in here. So I'm looking at this as a second class kind of thing. It'd be nice if I could go after the Seattle, but we don't have any consistent spotting unless he lights himself, so I'm figuring I'll go for the Yam or the Satsuma.
Affirmative.
Alright, so Satsuma takes some torps, but the amount of torp damage he's going to take from the midway, this dude has like 120,000 health. He's probably going to be hit for like 15 when he gets torped. So, he'll be okay. You know, he probably gets 1 strike, uses a heal, comes back in, gets a 2nd strike. Might work out okay, but it's not a huge threat. There's nothing else to follow up, so I wasn't too worried about this. If he wants to trim off a few torpedo bombers, all the better. Really wondering how am I going to try to start tweaking this in the favor of them so that they can kind of steamroll through and start to exert pressure back on the map. Which is 1,000,000% not what happens with the Satsuma when he just decides to like go off on vacation over here. Maybe he got scared of the torpedo planes and he just didn't know what to do. So in this case, we're going to be using sieging attacks on the Satsuma, so we interact with AA very lightly. We only take almost 1 plane's worth of damage. And we slam on the brakes, turn away. And we come out with half a plane dead.
I need your support.
And at this point, we're too close, so we're just going to YOLO in and try to get that good shit. Get a good hit in. We do light a fire, get some resets. Cool. So now he's just decided to bail. I don't know what this position is. So this is confusing. Up in the north, surprise, surprise, Hanover is dead. So Charlie has now claimed a destroyer, followed by a Buffalo, followed by a Hanover. So this is just like a field of corpses, which is just great. Meanwhile, the Yamato we could go after. He's actively capping, plus we know he's probably damage conned, so all the more reason to go after this. Plus he's closer, we can exert more threat. But one of the downfalls of the Immelmann is that the planes have very little health, so every time we aggress this guy in close proximity, we're going to lose planes. Realistically, we want to be sieging this at long range, 8 kilometers, attack with 4 planes, lose 1. Attack with 4 planes, lose 1. Like, that's a great damage trade. You know, you're doing 15,000 damage, you lose 1 plane. That's amazing. You know, if you can keep pulling that trade rate, like, you can start hitting numbers that are just stupid, assuming you have enough time to go over and just hit and hit and hit, even more if you get fires off of it. But when he starts using island cover, we start having to go in to be able to get the drop. We're going to start losing planes that way. It's not going to be something that affects within like the first minute, but it's going to be something that affects over the course of the battle. So we lost one. We're probably going to lose the second one. No, so 1.5. So, you know, we lost like 80% of a plane. Now we're losing twice as much getting closer. Definitely lose that one. Should be able to get out. We don't have a second volley. We do get a fire. That's probably going to stick. So at this point, Satsuma is still off in fucking La La Land. This guy seems to be leaving B cap, which is cool. Des Moines woke up, although I don't know where this guy goes other than just forward until he dies. So I think we're just going to Suicide Squad. You know, he was late to the party, but he's here now. So the question is, do I chase the Satsuma? I can't kill the Satsuma. Do I try to go on a gearing that's isolated? Maybe, but I can't force anything against that. The Z-52 could, if we had something going on there, but we don't know where the Seattle is, so that's actually really dangerous. Okay, so unless I'm going to chase after this Yamato or something, I think I need to help these guys, because we're just hemorrhaging fucking teammates. So I'm going to go up to the north and try to affect that. Satsuma does leave B. Roz is going to be able to take Bravo, which is cool, because that's points. Fortunately, we get to watch the end of our friend here. I take a drop, which gets erased because the Shiki, whatever, our dude shoots the other guy in the face. Wait, Shikishima? Oh, that's not even one of the special ships. That's just, that's the steel ship. Well, that would at least explain, you know, him doing stuff. Okay, so it's about now, I think, where Roz had asked, Seattle's a problem, where am I going? And it's like, well, of what's going on, the gearing is probably the thing you have to watch, because if the gearing comes over here and works on the Shiki, that's going to be a problem. If the gearing comes after me, I may not have the tools to be able to handle it. So I need him to be the fire break between the gearing YOLOing my ass and potentially slipping loose, maybe dealing with Bravo, dealing with whatever. So if he's able to kind of block this down, cool. Meanwhile, the Des Moines is getting fucked. Not a surprise. And I still want to see if I can save this Shiki in the north. I mean, trying to save a battleship so that at least we have something other than this dude that's spinning in a circle is kind of what I'm looking at as like a priority. Not a great drop.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
At this point, I could try to go back in, but I thought they might end up ramming. So it's like, I'm not going to have the damage to kill this dude. So I bailed. I'm going on the Goliath instead. It's not think it results in anything. It doesn't. But Shiki wins the trade. Holy effing shit. Meanwhile, Des Moines getting shot in the middle of everywhere. So good news, he spots the Seattle. Bad news, he's about to die because he spots the Seattle. Also on the good news train, Z-52 killed the gearing. So that shit's done. And I think this was the next question of, well, now what? Can't take Bravo. Bravo's got a Seattle and a Goliath in it. Fuck. You could run back to the carrier, but what are you going to be able to do? You could try to take Pressure C. Possible. Biggest issue right now is the CV, the Des Moines is dead. Might not be dead now, but he's going to be dead real effing soon. So that means that the CV is going to go for the Satsuma that's full health in the middle of nowhere, showing absolutely no signs of interest in playing the game. Could go after the Shikishima, which actually has made plays up in the north, so this is obviously important. Or it could go after the Z-52, which could be scary because if the Z-52 is lit in front of two cruisers, that shit's gonna hurt, especially since he already used his smoke to do the smoke hydro trick, kill a gearing. So you want to funnel the Midway's attention onto something else before you're able to do something, which is exactly what he does. Midway gets pulled onto the Shiki, he starts looking to cap Charlie. And I'm gonna start working on the Seattle, but I'm going to start getting critically not effective against the Seattle because there aren't any guns to keep this dude pointed in a direction. This fucker just gets to spin around and around and around and around, which means I cannot guarantee that I can hit him. Ultimately, I try to go for a cross torp or something later, which at least gets, I think, 2 torps into him. But it takes a lot of time, and it's completely like, please, I hope this works. So we get to derp around with the Seattle for a while. Sure enough, Midway does lock onto the Shiki. Z is now going to enter the cap and use the fact that the Shiki is under duress. Yeah, so there's the back cap. Satsuma has recognized there's stuff going on, and he's heading slowly in the direction of stuff happening, trying to hit this asshole and work on the Seattle, because the Seattle has shown signs of intelligence, and the Seattle has a radar and a high amount of damage. So we're chiseling at him, but he's not giving me a shot, so I try to throw something at the Goliath. Do get a hit, but it's a Goliath, so it doesn't matter. This is at least, he's in the direction of the Z here, so maybe he's going to show side. He does. We get 4 bombs into that. I think there was a misplay here where CV might have lit the Z52 before the smoke happened. This is where I think I asked if radar was happening, and that was the denied. Because when the planes are coming, on the one hand, you don't want to tell them, hey, I'm over here, CV. But on the other hand, if you get lit before you smoke, your ship model stays lit even while you smoke. So that ship is going to stay visible on the screen for another 2, 3, maybe 4 seconds, depending on how long it's going to take the computer to feel like making you disappear. And in that time period, that Seattle gets to open up, the Goliath gets to open up, the Midway gets to drop a bomb, in which case I think, I believe you were full health before this, so about half your health disappeared, so fuck, that's pretty rough. I'm gonna try to get this Seattle off you. God knows the Goliath is gonna have too much fucking health, and there's a Yamato somewhere. I mean, this is a panic, fucktastic situation. What I can do here is to try to pull this asshole away from hunting the Z52 and trying to dodge the bombs, which actually works out. He does turn, he doesn't want to die, he takes a single, well, 2 bombs, but only 1 mattered. And he turns here, which is cool. There's fighters lighting the Z, but this is what I saw in my head for you, Roz, is that you would be able to get out. You'd be able to get behind this little island and get the fuck gone, so that this Seattle can't murder you. Now, the Midway's still going to be on top of you. He's going to be obnoxious as fuck. But the longer you're not being shot at by 3 different people and a CV, the better. You know, the more likely you get to your next smoke, which is like 2 minutes into the future, so odds are that's pretty low. But in response to what was going on, I think you hard turned and actually re-pointed your nose toward these guys. And it's like, I'm pulling this Seattle off you. Don't come back here. No! So that's where that came from, because you're still hard turning at this point. I guess you were trying to help shoot the Seattle, which you got damage into him, which is appreciated, but this was a death sentence. If you come in, you've got a Yamato, you've got a Goliath, you've got a CV, because you're already lit, you're shooting, so he knows exactly where to shoot you with rockets. It's not a tripping over you sense, it's not a lighting you with a fighter sense, it's a legit, he just sees you. But I appreciate the assistance, but even if we killed the Seattle, then all that does is kill you. If you're able to get out, you're able to pull CV attention while I'm able to kind of try to work this magic. I mean, it's a shit sandwich. No, it's no fun to eat it. There's nothing good about this. You just do the best you can. But in this case, you are able to get break line of sight with the Seattle. We pulled him off, but there's just too many people, too much shit, too much stuff happening, and this dude wouldn't die. So, realistically, I should have been moving 3 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago. The fact that I'm still here is poor play. Unless I'm going to try to get my secondaries online and try to gun these people down, there is no reason for me to be here. Problem is, I was so zoned in on what's going on that I did not pay attention to my hull, so I'm going to throw away, chunk, 40% of it to the Yamato, and then chunk another good like third of it to the Yamato Goliath return fire. So I'm gonna throw away a lot of my ship for free because I did not fucking move. So that's an oversight on my part. Still gonna try to work on the Seattle. Seattle is still not gonna want to get bombed. Behold the power of nothing. And here I am turning, and pretty soon we're gonna see the Yamato shells coming in. There's the Yam, and
Fighter airborne.
bam! Down goes 40% of my health bar because I was too busy. I guess the follow-up salvo wasn't so bad, but I mean, we're getting the shit kicked out of us, so if I'd have moved my hull... I actually need to see what the hell this dude's health is, because this was like the whole reason I ran this replay, because I'm like, why are you dead? If I had moved the hull earlier, gotten into a position where I didn't just get dunked, I mean, this entire match, we had enough points that we could have won if I just didn't die. So that was a critical misplay by me. I could have clinched it there if I'd had more awareness. This is me trying to see if I can like force the Seattle to take torps. He takes 2. Spoiler, it's not enough. Alright, so we hit the Goliath for resets, and the Satsuma hits the Goliath for resets. Shit. So now we have to hit the Yamato for resets. But do we hit him? Well, we got 1 reset. I think I actually dropped 2 early, which is unfortunate. Right, what is this? This is Control C? Oh, I can only do it when I'm on the carrier, I guess. Alright, so that's where we did a bunch of damage, and I guess, yes, the Goliath detonated. Okay, so he's down to 19. I thought he had like 70. So I'm like, cool, he's got enough health, we're gonna live, it's gonna be great. We can somehow bring it in. He dies. What? So, I don't know, I guess the Yamato and the Goliath just burned him down or something. But then again, if we look at his angle, I mean, he was showing a lot of sides, so maybe he just got nailed. If I had not lost 60% of my health pool from sitting there, not paying attention and turning, then we would have won that. Because I just did not fucking die.